You are tuned to the 24/7 channel of All India Radio Delhi.
Delhi Diary.
Continuing with the series on amazing shades of Delhi, we today present the next episode, which is on universities of Delhi. We have in our studios Ms. Garima Dutt talking to Nitish Arora. Over to Nitish.
So welcome to the next episode of Delhi Diary, and what better to talk about the education scenario. Delhi is, of course, if I can say that it's an education capital of India as well. There's n number of universities, n number of institutes, and students from all over India and perhaps all over the globe are also thronging many campuses of Delhi. And to talk more on this, we have with us today Ms. Garima. Garima is a media and content consultant. She's a teacher, writer and editor. Garima, welcome to All India Radio.
Thank you so much, Nitish ji, and what a pleasure to be here.
As the way I introduce, it's not very easy to sum it up, but can you give us an overview of the educational landscape of Delhi?
Well, as you said, that it is not a simple answer that could come up here. You see, Delhi has several government and public and private universities at present. There are about 5 lakh or more university students in Delhi NCR, if we see. And there are more than 160 to 170 universities and colleges. And if you go by the Directorate of Higher Education, they say Delhi has 14 major universities. And these are both central and state universities. Obviously, Delhi is famous for the University of Delhi, Jamia Millia Islamia, Jawaharlal Nehru University, and National Law University, the Indira Gandhi National Centre for Arts, Indira Gandhi National Open University, Jamia Hamdard. You have the Indian Statistical Institute here, and you have the Delhi Technological University, and you have Indian Institute of Technology, so the Indian Institute of Foreign Trade. So there are n number of universities in Delhi, and the best part is that Delhi as a city offers a bouquet of courses and programs to students. I mean, whatever be your liking or your passion, if you are somebody who's living in Delhi or you are coming from outside, there is something for all students and aspirants who want to study further and want to pursue higher education.
Private universities apart, I think the underlining factor here is also that the education, one, is very good, the staff is good, and number two, it's very cheap.
Yes, of course. It goes without saying that Delhi is home to world-class institutions. I mean, you look at University of Delhi, you look at JNU, you look at Jamia, you look at All India Institute of Medical Sciences, you look at National Law University, Indian Statistical Institute, School of Planning and Architecture. There's so many universities and institutions. They're all awarded and they are all seen as center for advanced studies. I think one of the most crucial things about the quality of education is that in Delhi, you have people who are teaching here who are world-renowned in experts, and they're experts in their own field. They are invited outside as visiting faculty. And as compared to other cities and even private universities that have sprung up in Delhi now, you have to pay very little. I mean, there is no comparison between the cost of a particular course in private university and the cost of a particular course in, say, a public university in Delhi. In fact, it is only now that private universities have begun to, come up in terms of quality of education and the faculty at par with the public universities in Delhi. And only so because a lot of faculty people have been taken from universities in Delhi, or they have studied and trained at institutions in Delhi.
And this being the national capital, there is a huge pool of guest faculty also which is at hand. Say in any field of education, if you're talking about politics or if you're talking about commerce, e-commerce, then there are a number of people who are big shots in their own field, but they can definitely come to university for a few guest lectures. That's how it's also very important to be in Delhi, to educate yourself.
I guess, yeah. I mean, in the sense, if you look at Delhi University, it has produced so many, the alumni. Just look at the alumni list of Delhi University. I do not want to, talk about a particular name or, mention a particular college, affiliated college of Delhi University, but you have so many politicians, so many actors, so many economists, and who have studied from here, who live here in Delhi, and who are visiting these universities, whether it's central or state universities, public public or private universities as guest faculty or visiting faculty who are on board. So obviously, it completely changes the landscape, educational landscape of the city, along with, I think, Kota, Ahmedabad, and down south, Hyderabad, and other cities down south. I think Delhi is coming up and is not just coming up, it is a well-established educational hub of the country today.
Garima ji, when it comes to the undergraduate programs, what kind of options the students have in Delhi? If we have an overview of our colleges in the university.
Oh, I mean, just ask me what we do not have. I mean, just look at Delhi University, and it has grown into one of the largest universities in India, 16 faculties, over 80 or maybe 85, 86 academic departments, 77, 78 colleges, 5 other institutes that have spread across the city. It has over nearly 130 or 140,000 students, and undergraduate programs, postgraduate programs, PhD programs running. So, and Delhi University is a big deal, and I think the admissions are around the corner. So, what better timing for this program? And DU, as it is known as, it's chemistry, it's geology, zoology, English, literature department, sociology departments, economics departments. They're all awarded departments, and they are seen as I said earlier, as Center for Advanced Studies. And there are a number of courses that are coming up. I think Delhi University is one of the first universities in Delhi to offer integrated programs and to offer integrated courses, interdisciplinary courses, and where you can choose, just like you have outside, in universities abroad, you can choose from an array of subjects and then probably specialize in the last year of your college in one particular subject or a couple of subjects. So that is very wonderful.
This is becoming very academic. Let us change the course a little. You being yourself a student for Delhi University, how do you rank yourself when you see students vis-a-vis other cities or other states, and you being an alumna of Delhi University?
Well, I would say that I'm lucky, and I have studied in Delhi University, Hansraj College. I have studied in Indian Institute of Mass Communication at Indira Gandhi National Centre for the Arts. So I would say that yes, I feel privileged to have studied in premier institutions of Delhi, and I think yes, it does make a difference if you make it. I know the cutoffs are very high, but if you do make it to one of the public universities of Delhi, there is no looking back. I mean, the fee per year was very, very minimal during our time, but even today, even if you include books or anything, I think what would be the program fee of an honors program? It would not be more than 10,000 rupees. And in fact, I think it would be less than that. So imagine you're getting all that exposure, you're getting to meet all that world-class faculty, experts, that kind of price, and you're living in the capital city where everything is happening. So I think, yes, it does make a difference. And I do feel there is a marked difference between people who come from prestigious public universities of the capital than, I don't want to sound biased, but I think I am coming off as biased. But yeah, I think there is a marked difference, and certainly it does leave an impact.
That's why every year and every batch Delhi attracts lots and lots of students from all over. So there must be some challenges, some pitfalls also. All those listeners who are listening to this program, because this is not only a conventional broadcast on FM Gold or FM channel of All India Radio Delhi, but this is also available on YouTube. So there must be audiences all over. So what do you want to tell to the students who are thinking of coming to Delhi, joining Delhi University? What are the challenges? What are the pitfalls?
I think anybody who is planning to come to Delhi to study and they make that cut, it is important for them to first see that they get into the course of their choice, be it any college affiliated to any public university. We're talking public universities here. So yeah, I do not think if it's Delhi University, any college.
So the preference should be to the course, not to the college.
Yes, to the
because
course.
Normally we see that many students are like, they prefer to go to a particular college. Their target is the college, not the course.
Trust me, I'm talking from experience here. I mean, over the years, having taught students and having interacted with them, I really feel that it is the course that matters. And, if it is Delhi University...
So anybody who's listening, this is the point to be highlighted. It has to be the course and not the college, because faculty in every college is as good.
Yes, I mean, one could say that, there could be a little bit of a difference. But at the end of the day, the Delhi University tag is important. If you're coming, that is to Delhi University, or you're probably coming to JNU, or you're coming to Jamia Millia Islamia. I think, for example, let's take somebody wants to do a undergraduate program in journalism. So there are only 10 colleges in Delhi University that offer undergraduate program in journalism. So that immediately limits your choice. So I cannot say I would go to A college and I would not go to B college, or I would prefer C or I would not prefer A or B, because there are only 10 colleges. So I would probably advise them to sort of apply in all 10 colleges. You may never know where you click. And for example, economics again is a very, very sort of sought after subjects in the colleges affiliated to DU or in Jamia. So I really feel that so many colleges offer economics honors. But yes, if you cannot get into the top 10 colleges of DU that offer economics honors, never mind. Please apply in all of them and look at your percentage, look at your cutoff, apply in all of them and see what works for you, because ultimately it's going to be all under DU. Absolutely. You are a student of Delhi University and not only a particular college.
So once you are into the select list of the students, you are in a college and you do not belong to Delhi, you come from outside. What are the challenges? How tough is the road after that?
Oh, well, I think there were a lot of challenges in our time. I think the challenges are a little less now, because I think in our time, if in my class, I could see only very few people from outside. Even in a central university like Delhi, we had a lot of people who were residing in Delhi, making it to Delhi University. But today, the DU colleges are an eclectic bunch of people, and you have students from all over the country. So yes, I think one of the challenges is obviously Delhi's environment as such, because obviously it has extreme weather conditions. And the other thing is that you have to understand that if you do not get a hostel accommodation, you try and live nearby your college. Never mind if it is in North Campus or South Campus, or if these are independent colleges, or I think it's one of the key things as a student in from outside is that you try and stay near the college. And yes, I mean, you go out and make friends with people who reside here in your class. If you meet them, it's very important to, take a go. It's a big city. And
I think as a student, Delhi is a place to be in, actually.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff happening in arts, in culture, in science. So I think, yes, I think the challenges are there, challenges to understand the city, challenges to understand the dialogue of the city, the character of the city. But other than that, I think the college environment is so vibrant that over a period of time, it's all good.
That is, if they reopen after COVID.
Definitely, I think right now everything is online. So
apart from central universities where students from all over the country come to study, there are state universities as well that cater to those who are the residents of Delhi. Tell us something about that.
So I think the entire criteria of state universities works where state universities obviously give preference. They have a reservation system for people who have passed out of Delhi. Maybe at times it could be where you've done.
Can you name the state universities?
For example, you have Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University. It is a state university. Ambedkar University, Delhi is a state university. The Indira Gandhi Delhi Technical University for Women is a state university. And Delhi Technological University is a state university. So you have a lot of...
So what is the difference between a DU and the state university?
Delhi University is a central university. Jamia is a central university. Jawaharlal Nehru University is a central university.
So the state universities are not open to the students from outside?
They are. But there is a certain percentage is reserved for students who are from Delhi, who have passed either their 10th or 12th from Delhi, or if it's a postgraduate program, in some cases, they have done their last degree from Delhi. From college in Delhi. So it works like this. I mean...
Which means many a times students of Delhi feel that all the universities are thronged, all the colleges are thronged by the students from outside, and they are left with no chance actually to go to a good university. So the students from Delhi they have an edge when it comes to the state university.
Definitely, because they are given preference over there, and that is the precise reason why state universities were in the first place opened in Delhi, because otherwise you only had top-notch universities which were central universities, which meant that students from all over the country could apply. In a state university setup as well, probably what happens is that the overall intake for the student increases. For example, you look at Ambedkar University, it has various schools. You have an undergraduate studies school, you have development studies school, you have a school of global affairs, human studies, culture and creative expressions, school of design, public policy. So, there are a lot of options that open out for you. Similarly, in Guru Gobind Singh IP University, you have, again, a lot of departments and schools. So, obviously, immediately it opens up areas of specialization for students who might be looking at going outside Delhi to pursue courses. So I think state universities also cater to that, because they have, again, a wide array of new courses and new departments under them.
Are there any unique programs or courses which are available in Delhi?
A lot of them. I think Delhi is known for mass communication. We all know Indian Institute of Mass Communication, the A.J. Kadwai Mass Communication Research Centre at Jamia Millia Islamia. These are the premier institutes of mass communication in the country, though these are postgraduate study institutes and offer programs in post-graduation. You look at economics. You look at any college of Delhi University, especially you look at Stevens, you look at SRCC, you look at Hansraj College. The economics departments are very, very strong here. And in several other, Hindu College, for instance, several other colleges of DU. And similarly, you have wonderful departments of law, technology and engineering in Jamia as well. Then you look at courses at National Museum Institute. Unique courses at National Museum Institute in MA in Art and History, MA in Conservation.
Museology.
Yeah. Then, of course, Mumbai has TIS, but Delhi has the social work department at Delhi University. So the Masters in Social Work is very, very popular. The B.Ed from Delhi University and Jamia is very, again, very sought after course. In architecture, you have the renowned School of Planning and Architecture. But for management, you have the Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, which was one of the leading business schools in India, set up and established by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry initially. And then you have School of Fashion, National Institute of Fashion Technology and Design, National Institute of Design, and of course Technology, Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi. So there are N number of, and of course science, AIMS, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, I should not forget that. So I think there is...
and Delhi also offers graduation courses in foreign languages.
Jamia, DU, and in fact JNU, they have both graduate and postgraduate, undergraduate and postgraduate programs in languages, and foreign language departments of state and central universities are very robust here. The other thing about language, I would say, most of the embassies have their educational departments, and they are located in Delhi. And I'm sure they do these programs outside in their other chapters as well in the country. But Delhi is a place where most of the embassies are there, and most of whether it's Italian, Spanish, French, you can learn, you can go to the embassy, you could enroll and learn. Yeah. So yes, I mean, there are so many things, so many courses in Delhi.
We started with one question in mind, that is it easy to sum up all the education opportunities here in Delhi? And it is really very tough. And Garima ji, thank you so very much that you tried to you have given us an overview.
I think students should look at Delhi as an educational hub, because this year in her budget speech, our finance minister said that the government has plans to have higher education hubs in 9 cities and interlink them for synergies and research. And Delhi is among one of them. So I'm very sure that Delhi is a city for educational opportunities for students in the near future.
Thank you so very much. And factually, for all the students who are listening to this program, you have to look for a course. Decide on the course and not on the college. That is an underlining factor.
Yes.
Thank you so very much, Garima ji. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Delhi Diary.
You just heard the new episode of a monthly series on amazing shades of Delhi, Delhi Diary. Today we brought you a conversation between Ms. Garima Dutt and Nitish Arora on Universities of Delhi. This broadcast came to you 24/7 channel of All India Radio, Delhi. Please stand by for the next broadcast.